morning. Do I have everybody's attention? Good morning. It's wonderful to see all of you today, and it's good to be here. Good morning and welcome to Montgomery College's Fall Convocation. Good morning and welcome to Montgomery College's Fall Convocation. My name is Mahambi Musanda, and I'm one of your student co-hosts for today. As we start the program, I would like to introduce myself. I'm an international studies major. As a full-time student, I'm entering my second year at MC. I'm involved in the SGA, Student Council, MC Votes, and I received the Excellence in Equity Award last year. Thank you. My career and educational aspirations are to obtain a BA in political science, attend law school, and eventually practice law and run for office. What I like to do when I'm not studying is I enjoy reading, I enjoy sports, and yes, politics is a hobby. Did you know that convocation means a meeting of the members of a college or university to observe a particular ceremony, such as the beginning of the school year? We are here today to hear updates about the college's transformational aspirations, for a panel conversation with students, and to hear the State of the College address from our president, Dr. Jermaine F. Williams. But first, we would like to welcome Ms. Shakina Adams-Gormley, Chair of the College Council, to the stage. Please affirm her as she comes.
Good morning, and welcome to the 2024 academic school year. I hope you all had a wonderful and relaxing summer. Excuse me. As the current chair of the College Council, which is a part of the college's participatory governance system, for those of you that are new to Montgomery College, we have a participatory governance process that includes councils for all of the college stakeholders, students, faculty, staff, and the campus councils, along with administrators and functional areas of the college. Each council has a chair that sits on the College Council. I have asked each of the chairs for all of the councils to attend today. So chairs, would you please stand? Thank you. Over the summer, the leadership team worked diligently to plan for the upcoming year. One of our goals this year is to review and update our governing documents. If you are a member of governance, we look forward to seeing you later on this week, Thursday, at the Germantown campus. This year, our governance theme is Bold Transformations to Empower All Voices and Thrive Together. Each year, our theme correlates with the institutional theme and goals which align with the college's transformational aspirations for access, completion, and post-completion. My hope is that the theme will inspire and encourage you to engage, be heard, and to foster a sense of belonging that we all need as a part of the MC community. I invite you to attend at least one council meeting, which is via Zoom. On the screen, you will see the QR code for the governance website. Please scan the QR code so that you can see updates about governance. Even if you were not elected to the council, there is a place for you in governance. Some of our council have committees that are looking for volunteers to help fill the gaps. For example, Staff Council has the Communications and Elections Committee, the Staff Enrichment Day Committee, the Student Council has the Food Service Committee, and we also have Faculty Council, which has several active committees. All councils have lots of opportunities for you to get involved. Join in to attend the council meetings and contact the chair of the council that you would like to participate in. Over the course of the year, be on the lookout for other ways to get involved. We want you to be bold and transformational and empower all voices and thrive together. Remember, everyone is welcome at any governance council meeting. Finally, have a great school year, and I hope to see you around campus and at one of our college council meetings. And now, I would like to welcome to the stage student soloist Melanie Abad and student accompanist Donnie Toker. Melanie will be performing Never Enough from the movie The Greatest Showman.
We have the honor and privilege to welcome to the stage our president, Dr. Jermaine F. Williams, and our student panelists. Dr. Williams will have an engaging student conversation focusing on bold transformation. Please welcome Dr. Williams.
Thank you. Good morning. How's everybody? Good. How about another round of applause for our MC and our student performer? All right, and another round of applause for our student panelists before they even get started. Let me take a deep breath. We're good. Just having a conversation. So welcome everyone. Welcome to our students' Fall Convocation. It's going to be a beautiful conversation. We look forward to engaging and hearing about your thoughts for a few questions that we have. But before we start, why don't you share with us just your name, your major, your career aspirations, and what you are either listening to or watching nowadays. Name, I know I threw an extra one in there. These students are very prepared. I'm going off script here. But so name, major, academic aspirations, what you're watching or listening. Let's just share real quickly, please.
So I'm Lauren. I'm a second-year early college student majoring in general engineering. I'm unsure of what specific career I want to do right now, but I'm interested in electrical or computer engineering. I'm also part of the MC Rockville SGA. I'm going to be one of the student members of the MC Foundation Board, and I'm also part of the Academic Services Council as well. What I'm watching right now, if I'm being completely honest, The Bachelorette.
That's what we're here for, that's it.
The finals tonight, the finales tonight, yes. Men Tell All is tomorrow, I'm excited.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you rooting for anybody?
I can't say.
Okay, all right.
It'll be too controversial.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, okay, well, thank you, Lauren, and please.
Hello everyone, my name is Denisia and my major is bioengineering. My future aspirations are to be a future biomedical engineer, and right now I am the president of the Germantown campus SGA. And I would say I don't really watch anything right now. I'm more into video games, so I'm playing right now, I'm not watching.
What are you, new season of Fortnite?
Oh no, I don't. I tried, but I can't play Fortnite.
No.
I just can't. No.
What are you playing, Roblox?
No. I play on my PC. It's a game called Genshin Impact, so that's what I play right now.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you for sharing. Please.
My name is Andy Kibalor. I'm a second-year early college dual enrollment student. My major is biology, and I want to be an emergency medicine doctor when I grow up. Some things I'm involved at MC are student at large SGA for the Germantown campus, and I'm also one of the 2 representatives for the MC governance Germantown campus. And something I'm watching right now is Prison Break.
Okay.
My name's Luis. I'm an Air Force vet. Back at MC actually for my second time. This time I'm a photography and business major, and I'm hoping to open up a restaurant one day. And currently I'm just watching a lot of anime, a lot of different shows.
My Hero Academia?
I'm waiting to get into that one. I just watched Demon Slayer all the way through, and it's probably my favorite thing right now.
Yeah. It's a shame about his sister.
Yeah.
You know,
It comes together, yeah.
If you're not watching Demon Slayer, you can check it out on the platform.
Gotta catch up.
All right. So, please.
Hi everyone, my name is Makas Agubatela. I'm a pre-nursing student now, and I'm also a general studies STEM major. What I aspire to be is to be a nurse as the first degree, and I've always been interested in law, hence why I'm in the SGA. I'm actually the president for the TPSS campus. And what I'm currently watching, I'm actually rewatching Criminal Minds. I love it so much. I had to rewatch it 3 times. This is my 3rd time watching it.
Awesome, thank you, Mikaya.
You're welcome.
Makaya stole my answer. Hi, my name is Ella Akakpo Montreal. I'm a double major in art and biology. I also am a student assistant for the Achieve the Promise Academy. My career ambitions are hopefully to be a forensic technician. My specialty will, fingers crossed, be in DNA profiling, and I'll be able to work for federal agencies.
And since you can't say Criminal Minds,
Yeah.
what are you watching, listening to?
I don't know if anyone knows Critical Role. It's a TTRPG, Dungeons and Dragons. Some people get it.
Awesome, awesome. And bring us home, please.
Hi everyone, my name is Mildred Ifo. I'm a WDCE student majoring in cybersecurity, and my career aspiration is becoming a system analyst. So unlike my co-panelists here, my story is quite different from what I'm watching right now. So I'm a nursing mom, so you all know, for parents, you know there's no time to watch anything. So I have no time to watch a show. And again, I'm interning. I'm a data scientist intern, so there's no time basically for me to watch anything.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Sometime in the future, Mildred. Sometime, things to put them on your playlist, figure out, what you're going to do when you have a few hours here or there. Well, thank you all for sharing a little bit about yourselves, and we're excited to hear more about your journey and your thoughts, because you are the reason why we are all here to support our students. So what change in your life are you seeking at Montgomery College? And I'll throw that open. Yes.
I think for me, I was an international student. I was born and raised in Ethiopia, so I came a day before school started. So I was new for the country and also for MC. So what MC has helped me is has break down like the system for me, like the things that I was scared about, like the challenging things, whether it's the smallest conversation that I had with faculties, to a lot of professors that have sat one-on-one with me and helped me. I think it has helped me with the smooth transition. English is my second language too, so most people were understanding about all of that, and being involved on campus, that transformed my life, very big. So yeah, I think that's how I see MC for me. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Thank you, Micaiah.
You're welcome.
Anybody else want to hop in? Mildred, you look like are looking to share some words.
Okay, so coming from a foreign country with a different educational system, and being a mom in this country and trying to transition to a different major, what I'm seeking at Montgomery firstly is a smooth transitioning with so much confidence as a woman in STEM, because that's really a challenge. And also to be professionally equipped and not just having the degree. And lastly, to have that sense of belonging in a community of people who are like-minded than myself in my state of vulnerability.
Professionally equipped in the education and a sense of belonging, which is actually one of our strategic plan goals, is cultivating a sense of belonging for everyone at the institution. Thank you both. Other individuals want to share? Yeah, please.
So coming at Montgomery College, I wanted to become more independent and growth focused. I came straight from high school, and my mind was going to a four-year institution directly, but community college has been the best choice for me because it really gently prepares me for adulting. And with all the resources here at MC, I really want to have the time to become a better scholar, a better leader, a better resilient person in general. So I'm really grateful for MC for that.
That's great. You're diving into the resources and
Yeah.
using that to help cultivate. Thank you for sharing that. Lauren, you look like you're, all right.
So I've been taking engineering courses since middle school, and in high school I took it as an elective, but what ended up happening is that I needed to dedicate a lot more of my time towards more demanding classes like APs. So the early college program actually served as an opportunity for me to take those major specific courses, the ones that I actually enjoyed. Okay. No offense to the other ones, but but more broadly, I think attending MC enabled me to fully take in the college experience and better prepare myself for when I move on to a 4-year.
Oh, that's awesome. So attending Montgomery College. So how long, you said classes for how many years then at Montgomery College? You said early college?
Yeah, it's 2 years.
2 years,
Yeah.
okay, all right, great, wonderful. Others, individuals? Ella, is that you? Yeah, I see you.
I, fresh out of high school, went to an out-of-state school a university that I was really excited to go to, but I struggled a little bit in that like I didn't feel like, especially being out of state, like having a support system while I was going to school. So for me, building academic confidence became a thing that I wanted to work on. So coming to MC, that was a priority for me. I want to find my people and hopefully have the flexibility also to pursue my passion. So for me, having that art and bio balance is an interesting dynamic, but through talking to my professors, having those advisors and coaches, it works. I made it work, and it has been great.
Right. I hear a lot of finding your passion, really leaning into what it is you want to explore and kind of cultivating that energy, and unlocking your potential, which really resonates with me, and I'm sure a lot of people in the room. Other thoughts on that question before we transition? All right, we can always come back. So another question for anybody: how has Montgomery College helped you to overcome challenges or embrace change? And some of you shared a little bit about this, but let's kind of probe that a little bit more. Yeah, go for it.
So I would say, coming from a high school perspective, literally last year I was walking around the halls in the high school, and I thought like the courses were intermediate, at an intermediate level, and coming to MC has really helped me go from like an intermediate level to being busy like a lot of the days, just studying for exams and getting used to it. And I just really say it helped me embrace that. Because I want to be a doctor, it's just going to get harder from here. So I think it's a good wake-up call to help me set up schedules and know when to study and when to be able to go out.
So Montgomery College is helping you prepare.
It's a really great stepping stone. I would recommend it to a lot of students.
Yeah, awesome. Other thoughts?
Okay. So when I came to Montgomery, one of my goals was to work on my public speaking as a foreigner in this country. So as a way to achieve that, I became a vice president of a student club, Student Parent Alliance Club, and the resources available at Montgomery College also helped me because they give you all the support you need. Like you have mentorship, you have coaches, you have organizations like TechMap involved who are out there to assist you. So I gain all the support to gain my confidence and to better prepare me, not just achieving the knowledge, but beyond the academic knowledge that I needed.
And then the public speaking here. Yeah, I mean, was this on your list? You were like,
yes, I'm thinking that. I have one tick on that.
Thank you, Mildred. Other thoughts? Okay.
I think one of the biggest thing that I didn't know about was about their nursing program here. I'm taking the prereq now. Hopefully I'm going to join for spring semester. But something that I really want to touch up on is being as an international student, you have to take 12 credit. So having that support from like professors, it's just, I can't even stretch it enough. Like there was a lot of professors that sat down with me, other than office hours, during office hours, just hearing me, and they see that I'm overwhelmed, so they take the extra time to try and like help me understand better. So that was one of the biggest things that made me feel safe and welcomed in MC. But also like their nursing program here is very, very good. They also have like partnership with the Holy Cross Hospital, so one of the biggest hospitals here around MD, so who wouldn't want a job there? So I think it has shaped my future in a very brighter way, and I couldn't even ask for more. And none of that would have happened if I didn't come to MC, and I'm very thankful.
Thank you, McKay. And I want to take a pause just because I've heard this a few times. You said office hours. I've heard support services, and this speaks to everyone in this room and people who are watching. So please just give yourselves a round of applause for helping to create the journey for these students. Thank you. And Denisia, I feel like you were going to jump in.
So I said I came straight from high school. To be more precise, I came from a boarding school abroad in Gabon, Central Africa, my home country. And when I came here, I was lost. I wasn't sure how I was about to navigate my higher education journey, especially that boarding school is a very close-knit community. So I stayed with my peers for like 7 years. We basically grew up together. And coming here, I didn't know anyone. I didn't know where to start. I didn't want to hang around campus. But I found a club at the Germantown campus called Christians on Campus. So we used to pray together and spend time together. And I really found that community I could relate to. So I'm really grateful that thanks to them, I'm now more involved and now I'm more encouraged to be socialized with other people. So I really feel like the fact that MC has so many clubs, activities, organizations, so that students can find their community, it's really helpful to us.
Thank you for sharing that. Definitely a lot to do at Montgomery College. We need to explore that, and thank you for availing yourself of those opportunities. Other thoughts? Did you, pardon? You want to add a little bit?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Okay.
Talk to us, Mildred.
Okay, so again, being in a community of students, Montgomery students are success-driven, I must say. Everyone wants to make the youth institution proud. So being in that environment gives you, there's no way you want to be the last. So everyone's like, let me just join the crew to make Montgomery College proud. So that is another success. That's another success factor that helped me to overcome challenges here.
Well, each and every one of you and all your peers make us extremely proud. So thank you all. Other thoughts about that question in terms of how Montgomery College has helped you overcome challenges or embrace change?
I would like to give a shout out to my embedded coaches. They definitely have helped me a lot. I felt like, first day you go in, you meet your professor, you maybe stay around, talk to them a little bit. Having not only that main professor, but having an embedded coach who has set study sessions or time outside of office hours and class, not only helped me organize myself, but I also then became friends with the other students that were visiting them. Mm-hmm. Those sessions became my study groups, and those study groups would move to those learning centers. I love the learning center, open at all hours, because then that's where we would meet. It's a place dedicated to that subject most of the time, and it was a perfect little community space to work. Mm-hmm. And I think without that, I would feel more set adrift, kind of lonely in a way. So I appreciate it.
So embedded coaches really creating that opportunity to be even more connected.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, Ella. Thank you. All right. I'm gonna. Oh, Luis, please.
I just wanted to put in that I think the Veterans Lounge here has been really helpful. Going from being here originally to joining the military and then coming back, it's a very different atmosphere, different structure, day-to-day life. So MC is really nice to get me back into education in terms of not feeling too overwhelming. Professors have all been really helpful, making sure that I'm reaching my academic goals. But then also having the Veterans Lounge was a really good resource to just kind of, when I am feeling a little overwhelmed or I do want a little bit of that, kind of that feel that I had before with the military. It's nice to be able to talk to people who understand and who went through the same stuff.
Thank you. Finding that sense of community or a theme, and thank you for your service. Thank you very much. Let's transition to next question. What steps have you taken? And some of you have mentioned some steps, but let's dig a little deeper. What steps have you taken to reach your goals, and what advice would you give to others who are pursuing their own transformations? Go for it, Alan. Oh, are you going to break? Why don't you start us off, Luis? Go ahead.
So coming back to school, this time around I'm I'm in majors that I really enjoy. It's some of it is hobby, some of it is for overall life goals. But that would be my best recommendation. It's a little cliche, but it's just finding what you like and what's going to keep you motivated. My first time around, I did not do very well. I mean, I did okay here, but I didn't do as well as I think I should have, and I just wasn't engaged in the topics enough. This time around, I found what I really like, and I'm doing a lot better.
Discovering your passion.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Thank you. Ella, did you want to?
Yeah, along those lines, there's something to say about taking initiative. Not necessarily that, hey, you have it all figured out, you know exactly where to go and who to talk to, but taking that first step and either emailing that professor or emailing a department head slash a club leader, like that first step in trying to navigate makes all the difference. Even talking to some of my peers on this panel, we maybe just started with this one little thing, opened the doors to the other resources, the other people to connect with, and that kind of keeps the ball rolling, right? It's not just about your academic success, but your socializing, your balance with what's going on at home, and that networking is that college experience that we have here.
And then that first step, I'm going to ask just a really quick follow-up question. Maybe just share from your perspective or for others, your peers. We know, I'll use an I statement, the first step towards something new can be filled with anxiety, sometimes fear, exhilaration. How do you think we, encourage students to take that first step, right? Because it is a leap, right? So what was kind of going through your mind and your body, and what are students experiencing when they think, well, should I do it? It's kind of like double Dutch, right? When do I come in? What do you?
Not to put more pressure on our professors, but most likely it is going to be you. You take that class, you got to show up day one. So either really emphasizing how available you are, or even just sharing to the class at large what is out there at MC during your syllabus reading and stuff like that, or emphasizing like, hey, if you need help, this is the person I'll reach out to, feel free to send me an email after. Mm-hmm. The interactions I have with my professors are that kind of gateway, or what led me to realize how open and available everyone really is to help.
Thank you for sharing that.
Awesome.
Going a little off script. Mm-hmm. Okay, did you have?
I also want to add that before I circle back and answer the question. The relationship that we as students have with the professor is mostly what determines how well we do in the class. It could be like, when you're walking in, everybody has a problem at their house, but I would say we look up to you guys. So whatever you guys say, we try to follow. So if a professor is just going inside a classroom with just like some, dead energy and just like annoyed, then there's a good chance that I'm about to judge the whole, day or even the whole course based on that, face reaction. But even like a professor that is making the effort, saying, hey guys, I know finals are around the corner, but we got this, having those affirmation. And as a professor, we look up to you guys so much that getting that, oh, I'm there for you guys, just goes a long way. Let's say, that week, maybe you guys can't provide us office hours, but that one small comment that you made when a person's making an effort on trying to answer the question, instead of criticizing that student of not knowing the answer, just be like, oh, that's one way you understood it, but this is how we done, it's a system where we feel welcomed and we can come to you guys for help. I think just creating that environment from professors, it goes a long way. It helps us have a better understanding of MC, but the course, and just, I can't even stretch it enough. When it comes to circling back to the question, something that I always go by is they can't help you if they don't know you. I think as students, I try to mention it in any way that I can. There's this perspective that we have, that professor is supposed to come to me for, this type of thing. But if you don't communicate that, I'm in this situation, then, professors don't even know. They can't help you. So I try my best to be in that head state of mind so that when I'm going out and asking for help, I try to tell myself there's no such thing as asking too much questions. I ask a lot of clarification questions, but just being in that state of mind where putting yourself out there, selling yourself out there so that you can seek help and connection, mentorship, and you can have a lot of opportunity through that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Sharon, please. Yeah, being able to ask for help, right, and sharing that's a a position of strength, right? That's an opportunity. So thank you, Denisia.
I will share more about the steps I've taken to try to reach my goals at MC. Like I said earlier, when I came, I was very shy, and I wanted to become more assertive as I stepped out of MC. So one of the things I did was talk to my friends about it, my friends at the club, and they were telling me that they were part of many leadership programs. They were part of the Student Government Association, a few of them, and they really shared with me the benefits of being in a new position as a student, because if you're part of these kind of leadership programs, the Student Government Association, it helps you see MC on another perspective, so you see others and you don't only see yourself. So really putting me in that position, I was scared at first. I did not know if I would be able to join such an important mission of advocating for students, but I took a leap of faith and I joined the SGA. I've been in there for my past year, and this year I'm going to continue with that. And I became a very engaged advocate now. I stepped up in my positions. I'm now the president, and I don't know how it will go, but I do know one thing is that there are many people here to support me. I did not know whether it be the people in the SGA or just our advisors, professors. There are a lot of people cheering for me. And if I could give one piece of advice to someone, is that although the road might look complicated and like exhaustive to walk on, even if you fall, there will be people to pick you up. There will be people to hold your hand and just guide you along the way.
Awesome, awesome. People there to guide you. And while you may not know how your presidency is going to go, I know it's going to be fantastic. You're going to be awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Lauren.
so one of my personal goals coming into MC was to stay involved, since in high school I was a part of a lot of clubs. And honestly, in high school, I really wanted to do Student Government Association, but I was too shy and like too nervous, and I thought it was like, I wasn't popular enough, I wouldn't get the votes. But the first thing I did, honestly, when I came here was apply for the SGA. And I got in, and it's been such a great experience. Not only did I find community, but I really found a sense of belonging. I love student life. I'm now a student assistant there. But if I have some advice for anyone pursuing their own transformations, is to take full advantage of every opportunity that comes your way. Once I started checking my email, I found there were opportunities like becoming one of the student members of the foundation board and joining governance. So I campaigned to be a part of the Academic Services Council. I'm now on it, as well as the MC Foundation Board. I got that as well. So, if you give yourself the chance and put yourself out there, then, it could really pay off. So,
Thank you. Give yourself a chance, put yourself out there. It can really pay off. And check your email. Awesome. Thank you. Mildred, do you have?
Oh, yes. So it seems like so many students have the issue of communication or shyness, I would say. So I'm one of them. So in order to get that out of my board was to become, like I said, a student leader. And also, I didn't stop bothering my lecturers. My professors were in trouble. I kept asking questions. I made sure I joined groups. I made sure I go for events. And one thing I would say for those who are in the process of transformation is that when you're coming, make sure you have a goal. It need not be precise, but just have a clue of what you want. And do not be scared to take opportunities. Why I say have a goal is that you'll be able to know the opportunities to take on. You'll be able to know the activities to participate in. And this, having a goal will also smoothen the process of those who want to help you. Do not be scared to take challenges. Challenge yourself. Challenge yourself each time. And if, in case of when there's no opportunity, make sure you create opportunities for yourself. I will always say that. So.
Sure. Thank you very much. Anybody else want to field that question? We could always come back to things. All right. Let's transition. And some people hit on this a little bit or kind of alluded to it. But if it were up to you, what change would you make at Montgomery College that would enhance our support for students? What change would you make at Montgomery College? Are you? Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. I see you ready to go.
I'd say coming from a student perspective, I think every time you walk into a classroom, there's always going to be like a small group of people who don't feel confident or like aren't going to step out of their comfort zone to make new friends and stuff. So something I would want to do is, that's also a reason I'm a part of SGA at Germantown campuses. I want to put more emphasis on student events for everyone to find a group, because I believe everyone should be able to find a group, and it's just a matter of you need to put yourself out there. And I understand that's hard, but I think showing up is the first step, and you can meet someone, and that can be a group.
That's great. Thank you. So I'm going to ask, let's use some more words here because I'm really interested in what you had to share. How do you see kind of getting to more students? So you mentioned, I've heard put yourself out there, and is that, kind of via social? Is that just interacting with someone who you find like a similarity with? How do you see kind of enhancing that?
I think it could go both ways. I think one, the events, if you're going to an event, most likely you like the idea of the event. So you'll probably be surrounded by people who would also like the idea of the event, and that's a way you could communicate and make a new friend. And also, it could also go back to the classroom. If people if students themselves are promoting events, maybe someone would say one day, okay, let me go, let me see what it's like at least, and give it a chance before I can say no.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Along those lines, I also hear that where a lot of students are looking for some type of community, be that like something very specific or just as a campus-wide feeling like we are a little disconnected. Maybe I know we have an event calendar online, but really keeping up with that, having a specific place that you can see all the events that are happening at every campus, which I know is hard to keep up with. I'm not trying to give anyone more work to do, but it does help if you know just generally where to go to start that. And then yes, if you are a representative for a club or an activity, it does help if you come talk to students. When you're like, hey, you, come join us, it's easier to do that.
I thought you were talking to me. Awesome, thank you. Other thoughts? What would you change, Mildred?
All right, just to add to what my co-panelists have said, I'll talk about sensitization of information. I know they already touched on that. So during our discussion, we realized there are some resources out there that are very valuable to students, but so many people do not know of this organization, or will I say, programs. For example, you have Involve, which is a selective STEM program for women, and they do not just give you the knowledge you need, but they prepare you, they fully equip you for professional environment. And we have TechMap, which is out there, and it prepares you for entry-level jobs for those who are in the field of IT. And I think if so many people are aware of, like myself, who is a newbie, who knows nothing. When I came here, I knew nothing about IT, but I was just putting myself in the field. So I think if so many people knew about these programs, I think they'll want to take advantage of this. So we need a more effective way of passing out these resources or making known to them.
Different points of connectivity with our current and future students. Thank you, Mildred. Other thoughts? Yes, Denisia.
If it were up to me, I think I would offer more job listings for students on campus, because I believe that professional experience is something we as college students also need, and working on campus is a very good way for us to gain that experience, but also not feel too overwhelmed because it's close to our classes, so everything is in the same place. And we're also working in a familiar setting with people we know and the school we love. So I can fully testify of that as a student assistant myself. I work with the Montgomery College Foundation, and it's been an amazing experience. I've gained so much there, and it connects me with the mission, I guess, of MC. I didn't know much of it about going to school and going home. And yes, we have fun, but it's just amazing how you see how faculty, staff, the administrators, everybody really worked hard for MC to be what it is today. So it's very beneficial for students if they can have that.
Thank you. So not only a job, but job that is at one of our sites, and a job that is actually kind of teaching professional skills that are aligned with your career aspirations. Quick show of hand, how many people work? How many people go to school and work? That is everybody. How many people, please, give them a round of applause. And on an average week, 10 hours, less than 10 hours. 10 hours. More than 10 hours. More than 20 hours. Okay. So a third of you are working more than 20 hours a week. I'm not going to go any higher than that. But thank you for sharing. Other thoughts before we transition to Makaya?
Something that I want to mention here, we're also going to work on as an SGA. but now that I have this platform, I wanted to mention it here. It's on-campus housing. I've seen a lot of like international student like going through this problem a lot, more often than I would like to hear. Me, I had like a lot of family members here, so I didn't have that issue. For me, it was much smoother. But not only as like international student that don't have family member here that want to, grow their education, but even like, students that were around here that grew up here but had a little bit of financial problem. If there was like a way where on campus, like dormitory might be too much of a stretch, but if we can just experiment something to have certain apartments around like each campus, just an experiment type of thing, if students are going to be able to use it with a student discount or something that's embedded with the tuition that we're going to be paying. I think one, it would attract a lot of international students to come. Plus, as a community college, one, we would be offering something that's affordable, but also in a way where they don't have to think about housing and they can afford their education. But also, like, they would have a smoother transition to a four-year institute. So I think I was thinking about this question a lot, and that's one of the biggest goals that we have as an SGA. So I just wanted to mention here and see if we can work a system that we can help more students that are not financially capable to live by their own.
Thank you, Makaya. Basic needs are extremely important, right? If we want students to do well, you need to have housing, you need to have food, you need to have these basic human needs in order to actually thrive in the educational and professional space, right? So, and I know it's something that we are dedicated to, and thank you for sharing that student perspective, and I'm looking forward to hearing what you do and, kind of your thought process with the group. Makaya, please.
I think like as professors on the syllabus or like on the introduction on the first day, I think mentioning that we have centers that give out free food. I try to do that in every class. Like on the first day, I try to just raise my hand and just say, oh, by the way, there's like a Shaw Center, or there's this at this location. You never know. Some days, like, you might be able to use it, but there are certain people that are depending on those resources. So just like try and like give that information out. If you see a student just being a little bit hesitant, they might not have the confidence to come and ask the professor, but just making that available and just mentioning to them, oh, by the way, they're welcome to everyone, so that they don't feel like discriminated. There are certain places that give out like free clothing, those type of things for people that are in need. I think it's very important to mention it to our students so that they would know that we have the resource.
I would also like to mention something along those lines. As someone who has been lucky enough in a way to be so involved in what's going on at school, I'm also learning about new resources almost every day. Someone mentions a program that I've never heard of, an acronym that's so new to me, I'm like, okay. But it's hard to kind of be introduced to those things, especially ones that are like the food pantry, the Shaw Center, ones that would apply to someone almost on a daily basis if they knew about it. I don't have the answer on how to make that knowledge more widespread, but I do wish we were more informed. The resources are there. I believe there is almost a program for anything you can think of. If one doesn't exist, I think there's an avenue to make one. It's just how do we disperse that information? How do you know that that service is available? Which I hope can change, because there are some really great ones.
Having the resource, getting the information out, and ensuring that our students are getting connected, right? It's kind of a multi-pronged approach too. So thank you for sharing that. I'm going to ease us into our last question. You're good. Okay, all right, here we go. So we're going to end on this note unless something else comes up. How do you see your education at Montgomery College influencing your long-term goals and successes? And you've talked a little bit about what you want long-term, several of you have, but how do you see Montgomery College influencing those long-term goals? So, go for it, Makaya.
For me, MC has honestly transformed my life, whether it's the education that I'm getting through my nursing career, but also the mentorship and connection that I'm gaining. There's a lot that you learn in a classroom, but there's a lot that a four-wall can't teach you, that a sense of belonging and community teaches you. So I think for me, joining these leadership programs has shaped me and my personal growth. Because at some point I'm going to have to be working with other people, or I might be in any leadership role. So having that experience already from high school already gives me a head start to when I'm applying for a job, and to even have it on the resume. Having that exercise where if I make a mistake now, there are a lot of mentors that can help me before I'm very out of shift. But also education, taking my prereq, hopefully joining the nursing program, so that I can have a brighter future. And none of it would have happened if I didn't come here, and I'm very thankful. I'm thankful for you, I'm thankful for the professors, every faculty, staff. I'm just very thankful. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We are thankful for you and all of your peers. Anybody else want to field that question?
Oh, yeah? Okay.
I can see it, Mildred. I can see it.
Okay, so I'm so thankful for my education here at Montgomery College. First of all, I would say my confidence as a woman in STEM has boosted extremely. And I think this confidence issue stems from the notion that technology is male-dominated. But being in the midst of, I've attended events, I've been in class with other students who have different backgrounds, different races. But you see that confidence is then, we all are striving to increase the population of women in STEM. And so far, I've been able to acquire that. And again, becoming a system analyst, I'm a step to getting that, because I'm working on my network and to achieve my network, my certification in networking and security. So I'm almost ready to enter the job market. So all thankful to the resources available at MC. And again, it was already mentioned that I'm sorry. So I've not just gained the knowledge, but I've also been exposed to other skills like leadership. And I'm so thankful that I know it's going to help me in the professional environment. So all thanks to MC.
Exposure to a multitude of things that are going to help you advance. Thank you. Luis, please.
Montgomery College has definitely helped with my long-term success, just helping me to help me reach my goals, attain my goals by giving me experience, knowledge, and mentors. And a couple that I'd honestly like to mention is Professor Schwager, who honestly, without her, this would have been a lot more daunting for me to be in front of you, saying anything at all. So her class honestly was fantastic for me, Communications 108, and then also Professor Alavi, who actually gave me a reference to be able to get a job. So two professors who just stood out to me, who really influenced a lot.
Anika?
So from a high school perspective again, MC is allowing me to get my associate's degree while completing high school. And I really think that it really helps me a lot, because in the broader perspective, it puts me 2 years ahead of my peers education-wise. So it gives me more of a leeway and time to work on myself and figure out what I need to do to be the best I can be. And then I just wanted to say that I wouldn't have preferred to do it at any other school than MC, truthfully.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's awesome to hear. Anybody else want to share? Lauren?
So similar to Anikit, I'm a rising senior, and so all I can think about right now is college applications. But the transfer agreements actually have been something that I've been looking into, even though I'm applying as a first year. Just knowing that there's a lot of prestigious schools like Georgia Tech, UMD, George Washington University in DC. I mean, all those schools, it's a guarantee that they'll take my credits. So, looking ahead into this next year, if I do end up attending one of those institutions, I could start working at 20, which sounds crazy to me.
For me, it was a sense of empowerment. I'm I feel very lucky to be able to double major. It's something that not everyone's able to do, either for finances or being in school forever. But it's true. But each departments, either that be art or biology, they are like rooting for me. And I really, that sense of like, hey, we want you to do the weird thing, we want you to succeed, really like resonates with me. And I know I'm gonna carry that. Sorry, professors that I have, I'm gonna email you in the future. You're gonna get that text from me being like, hey, yo, this is what I'm up to. And I'm so grateful for that.
Thank you. Thank you. Any, Denicia, please.
So my education at MC ingrained in me a lot of perseverance and courage. I feel like all the programs I've been part of have really set the path for me to really succeed. I've been part of the Renaissance Scholars Program, and I enjoyed every part of it. It really challenged me. I am on my way to become an engineer, so very science focused, but I've been challenged in humanities courses, a lot of writing, a lot of reading, and I understood that to be successful, you don't have to have your eyes set on one thing, but you need to be open to everything. So I really love how MC encourages us to become very versatile, so that you don't have to be stuck in one place. You can literally go everywhere. So I really believe that my education here will just propulse me to go wherever I set my own limits. So I'm grateful for MC for that.
Being agile, the ability to knowing how to learning how to learn so that you can, again, be adaptable in so many different situations. Any other thoughts before we transition and because I know it's been, could you believe that we were talking a little while ago and some people up here said they were nervous? Would you believe that? I don't, yeah. We did a great job. Thank you all for being here today. Your words and your experiences are truly inspiring, and I think I know I speak for myself and so many others who are watching right now. So we are here to help you and your peers to continue to unlock your potential, right? To transform lives, to enrich the community, and to change the world. You are our purpose. So thank you again for being here. Can we please give them some Raptor love? Thank you. You're great.
Thank you, Dr. Williams and students, for that engaging conversation. I'm sure you all gained insights about how students are thinking about their individual bold transformation. Now I'm glad to introduce my co-host who is here, Diane.
Hi everyone, I am Dan Carrillo. Sorry for being late. As we all know, it is the first day of school. I had a setback at my daughter's school this morning, and there was an accident on the way over here, but I'm glad to be here. Allow me to introduce myself. I am majoring in criminal justice. This is my third year at MC. I work full-time and attend MC part-time. I am a student parent with 2 small children. My dream job is to attend Georgetown University and become an immigration lawyer. At MC, I am involved in Latino Student Union, MC Excalibur, Service Squad, and many other activities. I am also the co-president at the PTO at my daughter's school. Attending MC is great for me because it is affordable and offers variety of ways to take classes. It is easy for me as a parent because of accessibility to classes, student resources, and local public transportation. It is door prize time. We have several door prizes. Please locate your door prize tickets and listen for your number. All right, we are giving 4 prizes out today. I will provide more details about each prize. The first number is 317397. And our first prize is a MC sweatshirt pants outfit, compliments of MC Bookstore.
The next ticket number is number 317299. Number 3. All right. And you have been gifted with 2 tickets to a performance taking place in November in conversation with actor Giancarlo Esposito. And this is special thanks to Dr. Sarah Campbell and the team at the Performing Arts Center.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
All right, let's see. Uh-oh.
Our next winner is number 317385. Congratulations, you have won 4 tickets to a choice of your show at Montgomery College Cultural Arts Centers. Herson Lanza in concert tap dancer, or Reggie Rice, Fools of Iteration and comedy show.
And this is courtesy of the Cultural Arts Center.
And our last winner is 3604719.
They're winning a product.
But I don't see them coming.
You pick another one?
3604719. Okay, we're going to pick another ticket. 317412. Woo! Congratulations, you have won an IT Apple product. Special thanks to the Office of IT at MC. Eastern Campus. Closer to the
Congratulations.
This is yours also.
Now it's my pleasure to welcome Dr. John Hammond, the Chief Analytics and Insights Officer.
Good morning, right? following students and gift giving, like it's a tough act to follow. I got nothing like that, right? But I do appreciate the opportunity to talk to you a little bit this morning about the transformational aspirations in our strategic plan. I also want to take some time to reflect on the work we've done over the last year and to see how this work connects with our middle stage accreditation cycle and with the work that we need to do this year. As you know, the recent work of the college has been guided under Dr. Williams' leadership by our transformational aspirations. These courageous declarations of creating a college-going culture, providing examples of economic, social, and community impact, and ultimately transforming lives, needs a clear roadmap if we hope that they will become reality. The 4 goals of the strategic plan outline the work required to achieve this bold reality. But the strategic plan is not intended to be some document that just lives on a shelf. It should have overlap with the work that each of us does every day. Your work and areas of responsibility already overlap multiple initiatives at the college. Our goal this year is to make sure everyone can see how your work aligns with the strategic plan and ultimately with the transformational aspirations. The alignment is more obvious to some than to others, but the conversations about your alignment is important to be had multiple times this year in department meetings and area meetings. No matter what you do for the college, your work matters, and we need to ensure that we're all working towards the same end goals. There are lots of outcomes in the strategic plan, which is a good thing, right? But we can't focus on all of them at the same time. To determine the 8 outcomes where we will focus our work this year, we started with input from all the college administrators, which was reviewed by the College Council, and ultimately, Cabinet landed on the 8 I will present today. So the outcomes from Goal 1, which is enhancing connections between MC and our community, are, first of all, meaningful engagement with MCPS students and their families by the 7th grade. And secondly, continuous enrollment growth across demographic characteristics to be the community's college. The outcomes we'll focus on from Goal 2, cultivating a sense of belonging for everyone at the college, are students who feel a sense of belonging at the college, regardless of demographic characteristics, employees who feel a sense of belonging at the college, regardless of demographic characteristics or position, and thirdly, academic and career advising experience at key milestones for all students. The third goal, enhancing educational and organizational effectiveness, will focus on an effective learning environment for all students. And for our fourth goal of increasing economic impact for our students and community, the 2 outcomes are post-completion success through greater preparation and employability, and lastly, increased connections between workforce and academic programs. These 8 outcomes will be closely monitored this year, but not in isolation. We are building assessment plans for each of the strategic plan outcomes, as well as for the transformational aspirations outcomes. Each outcome has a group of people working to identify the action steps the college is taking to realize these outcomes and to build measurable evaluation of that work. The supporting strategies listed in the strategic plan are some samples of the work we will undertake to achieve the outcomes that we just identified. The supporting strategies that we're going to focus on this year are also listed out by goal. So under this first, Goal 1 of enhancing connections between MC and our community, the strategies we'll focus on are scaling up outreach efforts in the community to raise awareness of the academic, cultural, and civic opportunities available at Montgomery College. Secondly, to expand collaborations with county students who are in elementary and middle school. Third, to strengthen our collaboration with Montgomery County Public Schools, the University System of Maryland, and other regional educational institutions, enhancing students' academic journeys. Next, we'll develop East County expansion plan to meet the community's educational needs. And lastly, to improve alignment and communication of workforce advisory committees in all programs. Goal 2, which is probably our broadest, right, of cultivating a sense of belonging for everyone at the college, has a lot of strategies we'll undertake this year. The first four are developing and promote activities for students and employees that foster a sense of belonging for everyone. Secondly, assure alignment of college policies and practices with anti-racist principles. Next is to leverage innovative teaching and delivery models to ensure equitable access and success for all students and employees. And develop milestones for all students at key points along the pathway with alerts to notify students who meet the milestone and supports for those who did not. A continuation of Goal 2 supporting strategies are to expand focused, equitable student supports for unique populations, to foster a culture of professional growth among all college employees, to implement ways to validate students' experiences by streamlining the transfer-in process, the awarding of credit for prior learning, and pathways between credit and non-credit programs. Make data-informed decisions based on engagement and satisfaction survey results to develop timely action plans, implement change, and evaluate progress. And lastly, our Goal 2 is to expand the opportunities for just-in-time and workforce essential learning, such as micro-credentials and badging of students and employees. For Goal 3, enhancing educational and organizational effectiveness, we have two strategies for this year. First one is to expand and innovate high-impact teaching practices. And secondly, to expand the use of data to effectively monitor student enrollment and the progression through their academic journey, including post-completion success. For Goal 4, increasing economic impact for our students and community, we have three strategies we'll focus on this year. Identify employment needs and relevant skills that prepare students for the future and incorporate those skills into appropriate pathways. Secondly, to embed career advising and readiness competencies into academic programs and co-curricular learning. And lastly, we want to partner with industry representatives, where appropriate, to inform students, faculty, and staff of best practices and current trends. All of these strategies I mentioned here, right, plus the ongoing actions that outcome groups are collecting, will be used to advance our work this year and provide a valuable opportunity to evaluate the effectiveness of these initiatives. For those of you who may not be familiar with Middle States, I'd like to provide a brief introduction to make this connection. Right? The Middle States Commission of Higher Ed is our regional accrediting body that evaluates all aspects of the institution based on a set of 7 standards. Montgomery College was first accredited shortly after opening in 1946 and has been continuously accredited since then. This accreditation is indicative of the level of quality of the college's operations and allows students to apply for financial aid. The college-wide accreditation initiative is one of the highest importance for us and requires that we are all aware of this upcoming process and that we engage in the process as much as possible. Of course, our accreditation work over the next year will be guided by and work in conjunction with the transformational aspirations and the strategic plan. This semester, the steering committee and co-chairs will begin to gather supporting evidence and attend the self-study institute that's provided to us by the Middle States. In spring 25, our design of the self-study will be developed as well as a communication plan to ensure a deep collaboration and communication with the entire college community. By fall 25, the committee will begin actively meeting with the college community while also writing the preliminary sections of the self-study. They will continue to gather supporting evidence during the fall 25 and summer 26 terms. The final draft of the self-study and evidence inventory will be completed in fall 26 and submitted to Middle State's visiting team early in spring 27. All of this information gathering and preparation will culminate in the Middle State site visit in spring 27. This may seem like a long way off, but it's only 6 semesters from now. Many of you participated in the last Middle States review and may find it hard to believe that it's already been 6 years, so we know that these timelines can move fast. We're excited to begin building a new framework now to embark on deliberate, organized, and a well-processed event. As you can imagine, this is not a task for just a handful of people. The Middle State self-study will require insight and active engagement from our faculty, staff, administrators, and students from across all of our campuses, education centers, offices, and divisions. In other words, we need you to contribute your time and energy and expertise throughout this process so that our self-study is fully reflective of all that is MC. There will be several ways for you to be involved. First, during the fall semester, the steering committee and co-chairs will be populating 7 work groups that will focus on each of the 7 accreditation standards. Specifically, they'll be looking for work group co-chairs and committee members for each of those work groups. Additionally, we'll be hosting listening sessions over the next year and a half where we'll be seeking input and feedback from employees and students. Attend one of those sessions. Attend all of those sessions, but please make sure you plan to attend some of those sessions. We cannot craft an all-encompassing self-study without hearing from each of you. We really do need you to engage with us on this work. So please be on the lookout for announcements that are coming soon from Inside MC, in your inbox email, and from your governance representatives. All right, so thank you for that. And now it's my pleasure to welcome back to the stage Dr. Jermaine F. Williams, so we can look forward to hearing the State of the College address.
Thank you. Wow. How's everybody doing? All right, I just dropped water on my shoe. Don't bother about that. Nobody saw anything. All right, there's not really, okay. All right. Well, it is fantastic to see everyone. I guess officially, welcome back. Everyone's, not everyone, but a lot of people have been gone. Let's give a round of applause. Welcome back. I hope you are enjoying today's convocation. I also hope that you had a wonderful summer, you got some rest, and connected with people and activities, and did a lot of things that you love. I was able to get away, travel with family to the Boston area and the shore, and there's some pictures of us there, just kind of hanging out, having a good time. And as many of you know, children grow up, just really, really fast. And shout out, if anybody in the house today actually got a child to like MCPS or any other school, and you are here, you are winning. You are winning, because first day of class is no joke. So shout out to everyone who helped to make that happen. But we know that kids grow up, and just it's really important to create memories. So there's a few of the memories that we created with some family and friends. And on that note, I would share something I've shared before is we all need time. All need that time to recharge and energize us for the next steps, right? Both personally and professionally. As we embark on this new academic year, we stand on the brink of remarkable opportunities that will shape our college's future and impact the lives of the students, community, and workforce we serve. Together, we have the power to drive meaningful change and elevate MC to new heights as we pursue our transformational aspirations of access, completion, and post-completion success. To do this, we must embrace bold transformations. You may have heard that before, right? Leading up, bold transformations. We can be catalysts for change, the kind of change that truly has transformative impact. Transformative partnerships will build stronger communities as we expand community connections, enhance learning facilities, bridge the digital divide, and provide students with support they need inside and outside both the physical and virtual classroom. Transformative education will foster student success as we link the curriculum and pedagogy to the workforce, strengthen academic support and impact, and leverage data to scale up programs for maximum impact and completion. And transformative life and career planning will lead all students on their journey to economic and social mobility, where they can earn a family-sustaining wage, contribute to their community, and literally transform their lives and the lives of generations to come. So let us embrace the unique opportunities we have to make bold transformations with enthusiasm and determination, knowing that our collective efforts will make a profound difference. When we embrace a collaborative spirit, we optimize our impact. We all thrive when we collaborate to create something new, something big, and something better. In fact, collaboration and partnerships are essential to our mission that students will transform their lives, enrich the community, and change the world. To be transformative, partnerships must be built on trust, which means getting to know people. By expanding our connections to the community, we listen to them. We hear what they need. We understand their experiences more deeply and can enrich the college's programs to meet them more effectively. Strong partnerships serve more people, more thoroughly, not only in education, but in the social programs, technology needs, healthcare, and more. As we transform the college, partnerships will continue to be foundational. The benefits are shared resources and insights that create our impact and increase our impact. When we connect more deeply with partners, our service to students and our communities becomes exponentially and ultimately transformational. We have made inroads towards this effort. Last year's roundtable of community leaders at our new East County Education Center is one great example. A vibrant conversation blossomed out of 46 community stakeholders who shared their experiences face to face. It revealed some new windows into our community. Conversations about how to best serve their needs arose, stimulating thought partnership and collaborative solution seeking. Here's what we heard most often from people in this group: an urgency for post-secondary bridges to higher ed, a desire for K through 12 bridges to higher ed, an urgency for post-secondary education opportunities, more English language assistance for speakers of other languages, and increasing support for employment goals. The event spurred new thinking about how to best connect with prospective students in the East County. We also heard that we need to be bold. To move the needle on critical jobs, we will need to innovate as conditions change. Hearing these messages directly from communities we serve and seek to serve creates information pipelines. They show us what we need to act on. They also help us measure need and impact, solve problems collaboratively, and learn better what we can do to ensure more of our community members have access to the college and can thrive here. We have also reached out to gather valuable insights from both inside and outside MC to guide us boldly in repositioning the college with a brand refresh that is underway. So thank you to those of you who took time this summer to complete one of our brand surveys. The feedback we collected from hundreds of students, faculty, and staff, and community members is shaping the strategy and creative message approach that will redefine our brand and creative message, as well as communicate that. As we complete the research phase, securing feedback broadly from members of the internal and external community this fall, we will share more about the new brand being solidified. All of you will play a valuable role as we raise MC's profile in the community and enhance our impact. Speaking of impact, partnerships like the one we have with Adventist Healthcare are fine examples of strategic collaborations rooted in the community. With new scholarships for students in the college's nursing and health sciences programs, Adventist is helping us to serve students better. They bring mentoring, internships, and shadowing programs which prepare students for their next steps. We bring ambitious students and a desire to fill a critical employee base while serving our community's healthcare needs. It is an essential approach to workforce development, and it is expanding in several industries. The same is true of the college's partnerships with AT&T. Dozens of criminal justice students have already received laptops and digital literacy training that will serve them in their future careers in law enforcement. By filling a student need related to workforce preparation, we're setting students up for post-completion success and, in the process, addressing the digital divide. Strategic partnerships are also enhancing college facilities. The Catherine and Isaiah Leggett Math and Science Building on the Tacoma Park Silver Spring campus is one such partnership, which has created a fantastic new STEM facility opening for fall classes. Let's give a round of applause. The college is extremely grateful for the county and state delegations that helped secure funding for the building. Their support has created equitable access to learning spaces, and we appreciate the work of our team members in administrative and fiscal services and others at the college for bringing this building to life. It's absolutely phenomenal. Wait until you see it if you haven't seen it. This building was a result of a deep commitment to equity and to empowering student success. The philanthropic gifts that enable this facility are the result of a deep partnership with the former county executive, Isaiah Leggett, and his wife, Catherine. They have also both generously agreed to chair our new capital campaign, the largest one in Montgomery College history. Yes, yes. Going public with a kickoff event this fall in October at the Leggett Building. How fitting is that? So plans are underway for the event, and we look forward to sharing more with all of you as the campaign goes public. Another exciting new facility that we are already enjoying is the new Hughes Network Systems Manufacturing Building on the Germantown campus, fostered by collaboration with PIC-MC. This state-of-the-art Hughes building produces satellite broadband and networking equipment and drives high-tech manufacturing. With the potential for students to intern and secure employment here, just steps away from where they take classes, this collaboration has the potential to empower the next generation of technology leaders. It is up to us to see that as many students as possible are able to take advantage of this opportunity. Critical partnerships also enable the college to provide comprehensive social support. Collaborations are thriving with local groups, such as the Capital Area Food Bank, which serves the mobile markets, the Housing Opportunities Commission, which provides housing clinics, and the WorkSource Montgomery Job Opportunity Center, housed at the East County Education Center, which offers job assistance. By supporting students' social needs with local collaborations, we lift students to transformative heights. With food, housing, and career resources in easier reach, students can focus on discovering the passions that will unlock their full potential. As we look for new partnerships and deepen existing ones, our focus on impact is essential. Bold transformations will shape the new academic master plan that Dr. Price and faculty and staff throughout the college will be initiating this fall. The plan will align with and support the advancement of the transformational aspirations and the college's strategic plan. It will leverage a holistic perspective on student needs and integrate student services, innovative learning experiences, and robust workforce development efforts. Truly transformative educational impact means passion in learning places and spaces must link to preparation for the workforce and contributing to the public good. Experiential learning prepares students for real-world challenges. One of our National Science Foundation grants this year, democratizing research and experiential education for microelectronics, which provides focused workshops on design and laboratory skills and includes paid internships. Students also learn by doing when they run the MBI Cafe, cook and conduct business in our Rolling Raptor Edu Kitchen, or present at the Beacon Conference. Experiences that teach skills complement curricular knowledge in powerful ways. Academic support initiatives also strengthen impact. We hear these stories every day. We just heard so many of these stories from our student panelists who credit academic support programs with their progress. The learning centers are a terrific example of this, serving more than 5,000 students just this past spring alone, with almost 36,000 visits. Also, efforts like those through Achieving the Promise Academy, ATPA, yeah, serve 12,000 students each year with embedded coaches. Yeah, round of applause. Learning centers, ATPA, academic support. Supports like these can help ensure that students thrive. And the people behind these efforts, those of you listening right here, listening virtually, hearing this message later, are already in several instances creating transformative impact. You are positioning students to rise to their full potential. To further propel student academic success, the college is striving to integrate social resources more completely with academic support, creating a more holistic educational ecosystem. The Social Resource Program is funded by a generous grant from the U.S. Department of Education. If it serves more students, it can improve health and wellness as well as academic success even more widely. When faculty and staff know about these resources, they are empowered to refer students. So I ask you, not only I, but our students asked you, and this was prepared before they even spoke, please continue to share these resources with students. Now, I know from visiting several people that many of you post these resources in your offices. I also know that faculty place key resources in your syllabi. And I thank you, and our students thank you for that. So please continue to do that. Also, please watch for scholarship opportunities as well. We know enhancing equitable access and completion also depends on financial support. Another area of focus this year is workforce development. We can clap it up for workforce development. I see you, Ignite Hub. I see you. The college is deeply committed to building pathways to careers with family-sustaining wages. With both academic and student support in place to help them unlock their potential, Raptors are also counting on us to prepare them for professional roles. The skills that are needed are changing in real time, as we all know. This means that students need more guidance than ever to adjust their goals and stay agile in life and career planning. Connecting student credentials and goals to in-demand jobs is critically important to supporting post-completion success. We saw this last year and is also referenced with TechMap, the Tech Metro Area Pathways Program funded by the U.S. Department of Labor's Employment and Training Administration. Free tuition and personalized navigation help the college more equitably support historically marginalized and underrepresented students navigate career options. TechMap is already helping close equity gaps. We heard about this earlier from Mildred. I also had the privilege of seeing this in our students who presented at the Department of Labor with me just this past June, a few months ago. With wraparound supports for students embedded in the program, students stay on track for completion because they have the social and financial support they need. This is educational impact at its best. Scaling up dynamics like this is an essential goal of the administrative changes made last year, which include a focus on building a culture of evidence and inquiry, inclusive of data integrity and data democratization. Centralizing our data means the college is better situated for impact. So, as we hone in on educational impact, we will rely increasingly on what data tell us about trends. Program assessment and disaggregated student data will help us more clearly see where equity gaps exist. Educational effectiveness will only grow when we scale up programs with the potential to be truly transformative. To grow our impact, we will need to be bold, to work more efficiently, to close and ultimately erase equity gaps, to simultaneously increase student success for all groups, to tighten connections between learning and working, and to envision future needs before they arrive. Data and predictive analytics will continue to be central to these efforts. Now, with several organizational changes in place, we are ready to lean into using data to advance our impact. Of course, I've mentioned a lot of areas. Our Division of Student Affairs plays a major role in how we impact students' experience at MC. As we think about some of the FY25 outcomes that you heard from Dr. Hammond, that we seek around enhancing access to MC across all demographic characteristics, cultivating a sense of belonging for all students, and consistent student support services to all students, regardless of program or location, we should all be very excited about the work that Student Affairs will lead. With that important work in mind, I want to take this opportunity to extend a warm welcome to Dr. Ed Cabellin, who joined us on August 1st as the Interim Senior Vice President for Student Affairs. Dr. Cabellin has extensive experience in student affairs and most recently served as the Vice President for Enrollment Management at Curry College in Massachusetts, and prior to that, he was Vice President for Student Services and Enrollment Management at Bristol Community College, also in Massachusetts. He has a deep dedication to serving students via an equity lens that leverages data and technology, and we are pleased that he is with the college. Yeah. Holla. Very shortly, we will launch a comprehensive search for a continuing Senior Vice President for Student Affairs, a process that will be led by our Chief of Staff, Dr. Stephen Kane. So watch, we can give a round of applause to Dr. Stephen Kane. We can do that. Here we go. So watch for emails from him regarding how you can be involved. Again, this is a critical role as we pursue our transformational aspirations of access, completion, and post-completion success. And as we think about that last aspiration of post-completion success, of course, that is the pinnacle of our student journey. Empowering graduates to transform their lives means directing them to career pathways that enhance their economic and social mobility. One strategic plan indicator we review is transfer rates at baccalaureate institutions. More than 5,700 students who were enrolled at MC in FY23 transferred to or were enrolled at four-year colleges or universities across the country. This is amazing, more than 5,700 students. Apprenticeships are also a path to enhancing post-completion success, and there were more than 1,100 registered apprentices last year, and I know we're looking to have more. Additionally, last year's 13% increase in workforce program enrollment over FY23 indicates that career readiness is a priority in students' minds. Early career planning is also a priority for the state of Maryland and Montgomery County, as the college has partnered with WorkSource Montgomery to train career advisors to guide MCPS 6th through 9th graders in selecting post-secondary education pathways early in their planning. That these career advisors are training at Montgomery College is an asset to our recruiting efforts and a transformative step toward creating a college-going culture. Empowering students to transform their lives means all students. The college's commitment to inclusion is deep and comprehensive. Last year, the college's Hispanic Serving Institution Task Force completed an in-depth report on how MC might strengthen its service to this growing population. The opportunities and challenges our institution face when considering how to equitably support our Hispanic communities were assessed, and recommendations on improving Hispanic students' access, completion, and post-completion success were created. I've asked the Office of Equity and Inclusion to create an HSI advisory committee from different constituent groups throughout our college to discuss these recommendations and propose a path forward that speaks to transformation at scale. Another inclusive initiative this year will be the creation of a task force on enhancing equitable support for our Asian American and Native American Pacific Islander students. Creating a sense of belonging for all students is vital, and the college must ensure that we are equitably supporting all students. We are proud to be in Annapese. Yeah, yes, we can clap. And I know from my time being here that the Annapese Planning Group has done considerable work over the last few years in building a stronger sense of cultural awareness and a sense of belonging. An impressive 16% of Raptors who graduated last year identified with an Annapese heritage. And you'll hear more about this task force as the semester moves forward. The diversity of our students is an extraordinary asset in the college's community engagement efforts. Our students, along with faculty and staff, are connected to religious centers, schools, nonprofits, and businesses, partnering on joint efforts that improve democratic structures. The college's engagement with our community is a powerful dynamic impacting social conditions even beyond education. The MC Votes initiative, for example, is serving more than 43,000 people who can now more easily send in their votes for the upcoming presidential election. Yeah. In fact, the voter registration rate of MC students increased from 70% to 74% over 4 years. Almost 3/4 of MC students are registered to vote. With that said, about 58% of our students voted according to the most recent measures, right? So we have an outcome, right? We have a goal to increase that, right? Let's increase that. Our goal right now is 65%, but let's move beyond that goal, all right? Let's continue the efforts to ensure we surpass that intended outcome, right? Ensuring that our students are contributing to the public good is an aspiration that we hold dear. Enacting social change is also a powerful model to guide our students in their future leadership positions. As you know, as we know, we spend a lot of time talking about students, focusing on students, as we should. They are our reason for being. Celebrating our faculty and staff is also extremely important. You are the force behind student success. In your own ways, each one of you is a champion of transformation. Your presence and contributions to teaching, counseling, advising, keeping our community safe and inviting, and so much more are critical to the successes of our students. In each of these areas, student needs are paramount, and meeting them is a daily exercise in equity, determination, and creativity. This year, you will be the drivers of some extraordinary initiatives. In partnership with WorkSource Montgomery and MCPS, the college plans to welcome 12,000 sixth grade students to our 3 campuses in March of 2025. Yes, 12,000 sixth grade students. This event is more than just a visit. It's an opportunity to ignite the imaginations of our youngest and potentially shape their future career paths in direct conversation with local industries. This year, we'll also see our transfer fairs inspire thousands of students to plan for their next steps. Last year's events brought 59 four-year institutions to our campuses to help students navigate their paths, preparing them for post-completion success. Faculty and staff are also preparing themselves for success as they engage in professional development opportunities through HR STEM and Elite. Last year, more than 700 workshops drew nearly 15,000 attendees. Faculty and staff learned about ChatGPT, AI, data security, wellness, leadership, anti-racism, among a host of other topics. Growing our professional impact depends on learning new skills as we work, and faculty and staff do an absolute excellent job modeling this agility. So thank you. As we look to the upcoming academic year, we have many opportunities to empower students. New facilities, innovation grants, and experiential learning, to name a few. Let's take full advantage of them so that learning is optimized. As we continue to build inclusive communities, let's lean into that belonging that we know students need to experience, as we all do. And as we use data to inform our decisions in new ways, let's also bring information and assessment to the center of our impact. Transformation is not solely a goal. It's a journey we undertake together. Our focus on meaningful impact will pave the way for the lasting change we envision. And true transformation requires us to think bigger, to scale our efforts in ways that will multiply our reach and deepen our influence. This is why forging partnerships with those who share our vision is crucial. By aligning our data-informed strategies with the power of collaboration, we will unlock new possibilities for our community. We will cultivate a college-going culture that inspires. We will ignite experiences that drive economic, social, and community impact. We will change lives. And at the heart of this transformative journey is each and every one of you. Your talent, your dedication, your unwavering commitment. These are the roots that will nourish and grow this vision into reality. Together, we are the force that will shape the future. So, as we experience our daily routines and reflect on actions and desires that fulfill us, I invite and encourage all of us to consistently reflect on, reaffirm our commitment to equitably enhancing student access, completion, and post-completion success as we aspire boldly, think boldly, and act boldly. Together, we can make the transformational aspirations a reality for every Montgomery College student. Together, we will embolden students on their journeys to change their worlds and our worlds for the better. Thank you. Thank you for your dedication and your passion. Have a wonderful semester. And before I transition officially, our student co-hosts, let's give it up. Let's give it up for our, I want to welcome them back to the stage.
Thank you so much, Dr. Williams. And now, we've reached the end. Unfortunately, you won't be hearing our voices anymore, which I know is very sad for all of you. Thank you all for joining us today. Please refer to the closing meeting website or the QR code for additional details. The website has information for the additional events today that are happening today and throughout the remainder of the week.
Also, please join us in the library lobby for ice cream and cookies. On your way out, you'll be given a